Hey everyone, this is DJ Fist here with Castle Blakk Radio. We are here tonight with Chris and Phyllis from the band. You gotta correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Eynomia or is it pronounced in another way?
Eynomia.
Eynomia?
Yeah.
I had a feeling I was pronouncing it wrong. So I was wondering about that.
Close enough.
Yeah. There's not another E in it, so I wasn't quite sure. I wanted to know. So now I know. What's the origin of the band name? How did that come to be?
Do you want me to answer that, Chris?
Oh yeah.
What?
I said, oh yeah. You go right ahead.
Okay. Eynomia actually comes from Greek mythology, and the original spelling of the name is Eynomia, but we thought the Y was cooler. So anyway, Eynomia, she is the goddess of goodness and justice. So it's kind of one of those, it's that genre of symphonic rock metal-ish names. They all have kind of those kind of names.
Okay. So are you guys strictly, like, I guess you would call it an internet band, or do you actually get together and have you done shows together?
Not yet, actually. We right now we are a legitimate band, and we haven't made it legit yet as far as actually playing shows, but we are trying to put together something for a CD release party. And we'd like to do some touring as well. The band is a band; it's not just a studio project or something like that. Everybody's everybody's all in. And everybody, including Mike LaPond, is very excited about the material. And Mike doesn't just put his name on anything. So we are a legit band. So.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure about that, so I had to ask. And can you list all the band members? Easy for me to say. Besides you two, and Mike LaPond, for the people who don't know.
Well, we've got Jenny Pitts on keyboards, and Phil, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jimmy has a nice little pedigree there as far as his background. He's involved in some pretty big projects over the years. He works with Marco Miniman, obviously from the Aristocrats, and Joe Satriani, and Jimmy also works with, has a project called Fractured Dimension, and a couple others too, right, Phil? You think of anything off Fountain?
So is it Vitelli? I can't pronounce his last name. He's the keyboard player for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
And actually one of the guitar players from
it's a Fountainhead. Fountainhead's another one of his bands also. So Jimmy is a really well-refined musician. We're very glad to have him. He's also a very good friend. The drummer is Gaetano Nicolosi. He's actually from Italy. He was involved in Ron Keel's Iron Horse band for about 10 years. So he toured with Ron Keel for many years. And he's another one of our good friends. Actually, everybody here is, we're all friendly. So we speak quite often. So.
Oh, that's good.
Chris, tell him who you play with.
Yes, where did you?
Oh. Well, I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of the guys that aren't here, and we obviously know about Mike LaPond, so I wasn't thinking of myself. But so I play with. I've had plenty of sessions over the years and stuff like that. My bands include Thunderhead, 70s Southern rockers. They was founded by Johnny Winter in 1975. I also play currently with Christine Ullman and Rebel Montez. Christine is the lead vocalist for the Saturday Night Live band. She's been on the show for 25 years.
Oh wow!
That's another one of my bands that I perform with regularly. And those are the only active projects aside from Eynomia. that I have right now. I'm going to have lots of recording projects at my own solo records. From time to time I'll do something with that. But for the most part, those are the two other bands that I'm involved in aside from Eynomia.
Okay. And you, Phyllis, where did you come from? Don't say your mother.
I would say Minneapolis. And I've been singing around town for many years. I'm an inductee in the Minnesota, it's actually the Midwest Music Hall of Fame. And I'm a Minnesota Music Award winner and nominee several times. Right now, actually, Eynomia is the only active project that I got going on right now.
Okay.
However, I did do some vocals for Jenny's new project that's coming out soon. So
yeah, didn't you sing on the new Silent Assassins album too?
Oh yeah, that's great.
There you go.
I'm one of the I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm one of the guest singers on the Megatron Silent Assassins CD that's actually being released on the same day as Eynomia CD, which is January 26th. That's our European release, and we are actually having a USA release too, which got pushed to February 2nd because apparently the label is located in Germany. Ledger Records is affiliate of Pure Steel Records. They're having striking at the airports right now, so they had to push our American release out a week. So I'm singing in my CD on the big 20-minute sign that he's got. That you guys, it's pretty interesting. I think you're in for a treat on. Very creative.
Definitely have to check it out. I'm sure we'll get at the station, and I know another DJ plays this stuff quite often. So, but we'll definitely hear it, and that sounds good. So the release date for your album is pushed back a week, you said?
The U.S. release is February 2nd, and
February
the
2nd.
European release is January 26th.
Okay. So how did you guys get how do you get together with Pure Steel Records? How did that come about?
You want to tell, Chris?
Well, we had a completed product. Obviously, we worked together, hard on this, and we put this together rather quickly. And we were searching for, the right outlet that was going to get behind us and believe in the project. Obviously, the record, because it's about the music for us. And Pure Steel kind of stepped up to the plate, and I knew them through a mutual friend, Michael Becerra, and he made a good reference to them. They all had a mutual working relationship at one point. And it was just by chance, actually, because we sent out a couple of press kits, and I think they were one of the first ones to get back to us that was very interested in what we were doing. And we were able to work out a good working situation with them that benefited both parties, and pretty much that's how we got to be where we are now. And so far, we've been very happy with them. They've been very good to us. I think Phyllis will agree. They they're into the music just as much as the fans are, because they are fans of music as well, and that's what's really nice about this label. And they're very genuine people. So whatever you're getting from Pure Steel Records, you're getting a genuine product from people who really care about what the fans want and what they hear.
Right. Good.
So that's something that we're really happy about. So, and they are trying to elevate. It seems like they're elevating their product. They're getting more and more bigger names. I think they were working with Graham Bonnet recently, or something like that. They were working with some other people. I know Mike has a record. Sarah has a record on the label as well, and they have some distribution for Firewind and some other bigger bands, which is nice for some of the more up and coming bands or newer bands to be able to cross promote with. So it's a good place. It's a good place for us. So hope that answers the question.
Yeah, definitely. I know we've played bands from Pure Steel Records. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I would.
I think Starblind is one of their more featured bands, right? Philip Starblind, and there's another one that's.
I like them a lot.
I do too. Very Maiden.
They just released, I think, video, didn't they? Like a couple weeks ago, or a video.
So. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that one track I heard was Never Be Seen Again. I think it was the name of it. It was a great track.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, here I am. I'm reciting titles of other bands that I've heard of once or twice. That should tell you something because my memory is not very good. So.
Oh, there you go.
So if I can remember it, yeah, they're a brand new band. So if I can remember it, that means it must be pretty good. So,
that's good. Yeah, I'm just looking them up real quick. Yeah, I was looking up real quick Pure Steel, and they have Cage, and I know the other DJ JB Metal. He plays with Cage quite often, so and they're pretty big.
That's another band that I've heard of, but I'm not familiar with the catalog, but I have heard of it. So.
And it says Chastain as well, so and everyone knows who Chastain is.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep. Yep.
So,
they have some distribution, I think, for Dave. Yep, Dave Chastain. Yep.
There you go. A while ago, I interviewed Leather Leon. She was like the second interview I ever did, so it was kind of messy, but it was fun. It was still fun. She's a good person.
But she's great though. She's a good spirit. No doubt.
Yeah, she is. What else? What was I going to say? Shoot, I had a good question coming up, but I forgot it. So let me just jump to the next one. What genre of music do you consider your music to be? Like symphonic rock / metal is what your website says.
Yeah.
What other? I guess to Phyllis and Chris, what are your influences as musically?
You go first.
You go first. This is my influence. A lot of mostly European female fronted bands, like Within Temptation, is very melodic, very symphonic. She's got clean vocals. But we've got fat, chunky guitars. Some of our songs have a little bit of Celtic influence to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got heavy, great melodic bass lines that Mike's done, guitar drumming, a lot of amazing work he's done with a lot of some double kick and just giving it a real fat feel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on it.
Okay.
Well, because the band is what it is, you know, it's a comic hard rock metal band. You know, everybody in the band is I'm going to have to shed a little light on this. So I'm going to embellish a little bit. It's going to be a long-winded answer.
No problem.
Everybody in the band is very diverse. Everybody has eclectic backgrounds. Don't let anyone fool you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is extremely eclectic in the sense that, you know, Gaetano is, he has a degree in music. You know, he graduated in Italy. So he's pretty much a master of just about everything. He knows when to play the pocket. He knows when not to. So all these guys are like that. And myself too. I've been groomed to appreciate lots of different kinds of music. So at least from my perspective, I can say that the band has a lot of influences within themselves. If I had to speak for myself specifically,
mm-hmm.
I like everything from, you know, guitar players, you know, like Vivian Campbell and, you know, Jakey Lee is one of my favorite guitar players of all time. You know, of course, Ozzy and Judas Priest, and, you know, you've got guys like Dan Huff. You know, I like Dave Malmsteen. I like bands like Faith No More from time to time. Big, you know, monster raw guitar sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like Queensryche, huge Queensryche fan, especially Operation Mindcrime. You know, just amazing album.
Of course,
that era. Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, we get into the heavier stuff, you know, the more modern stuff like Within Temptation and you know, Tarja, Nightwish, stuff like that. So I'm pretty much all over the place, and I love the blues as well. So I try to, at least from with a songwriting perspective, we're trying to keep it, you know, where the band has the sounds that we sound like the hard rock symphonic part. But we also want to be real too. We don't want to be a little too overdone as well. There is a certain live or that we're trying to keep, in the sound. So, and that's kind of where the influences are coming from, because we want to be a little different than everyone else, because otherwise, we don't have an identity, and that's something that's very important to us, along with the songs. So,
yeah.
It's definitely all those bands I mentioned. If I had to narrow down guitar players, I can rattle off 20 of them in about 10 minutes. You get the idea.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down. Yeah. So along the lines of this
it's
kind
good
of
to have all those influences, though, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's going to keep everybody guessing, especially with what we've got going on. So.
Yeah. Another question I like to ask is kind of a fun question. Is your first ever concert? Do you remember what it was and who it was, whether it be a metal concert or not? I always find there's always some good answers to this.
I remember mine.
You go.
I saw Chicago. I thought they were so cool because they were a rock band with horns, and I thought that was really cool.
What a great band!
Plus great vocals too,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a late bloomer to the concert scene, and I'm guilty of this, and I apologize. I played guitar a lot. I started playing guitar a lot sooner than I actually started attending concert venues. So I'm going to go all the way back to 1994, and I saw my first ever concert was Metallica on the Royal Broadway Home Tour, and there were three other bands on the bill, and it was Candlebox, Suicidal Tendencies, and Fight.
Oh wow!
And it was an amazing show. I love Fight. That War of Words record is just one of my favorite records. I wore it out.
Oh yeah.
And I love Rob Halford, and it was just a great band. It was a whole great experience for me. And I wasn't even really a Candlebox fan until I saw them live, and I was very impressed also with them. So that was my first concert. That
is a pretty diverse lineup there.
Yeah, it was. Well, Alton James was supposed to be on the bill, but Lane Staley actually checked into rehab that week, and Pike got on the bill. And what was really cool about that was that Halford came out and did some three songs with Metallica. So I got a little treat.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, we got to see Free Will Burning, and, James Hetfield and Kurt Hammett doing some cool stuff with that. So that was at Bayfront Park, Miami, Florida.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So, tell us, where did you see Chicago? Where was that?
We used to have, get this. No, it was a Praise Stadium. No, the Mets Center, Mets Stadium.
Oh, Shea Stadium?
Outdoors.
Oh, wow.
No, it's Mets, and that is now the Mall of America. In Bloomington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore?
No, it was at the ballpark.
Oh,
okay. It's not there anymore. It's the Mall of America. They put the ball there.
Wow, that was a big venue.
Wow, really? Yeah.
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 That's good. Those are good answers. I like that. Nothing too embarrassing. Nothing wrong with Chicago. I like some of their stuff too. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Well, I started out as a metalhead, and then I in the beginning I was, we were old country stuff, but then I immediately hit metal, and then from there I went to blues and blues rock stuff. So it was kind of like a bunch of left turns, and I don't know where I ended up, but there I am.
There you go.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking more than one type of genre.
Oh, yeah.
I think it makes you, for anybody, it makes you more well-rounded as a musician, a player, a vocalist, or anything.
Mm-hmm. If you can listen to a different style, you don't usually listen to, you can pick out things. Hey, this part's really cool. I can try to incorporate this in my vocals or my guitars.
It makes you incorporate it in your.
Yeah, it helps with the songwriting, I think, too. I do. I think it helps with your ears and being able to, to be a little more unique. So.
Yeah, you can't be closed-minded, even though as I get older, I'm more not as open to music as I used to be when I was younger. I used to say I like anything. Nowadays, like, ugh, never mind.
Well, there's some garbage, Joe.
Hey, we all do have our music, though. There is a certain line that you draw in the sand that
Right.
a lot of people, after a certain age, it kind of, it doesn't happen for everyone, but there is a certain demographic that doesn't cross a certain timeline as far as what they like. So,
Yeah.
And it's been said to me before from other producers that, well, your music was in your 20s. After your 20s, you don't really change. You got to pick up things here and there, but just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And it's from your youth, and then it's a young man's game. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. So you two, growing up, were you always into music? Did you ever play any other instruments, and how did your parents feel about you being interested in music?
Ladies first.
Do I go first?
Ladies
Thank you. Ladies first. Well, let me tell you, I came from a real musical background. I had a mother who majored in music, and my father had a minor in music. My mom had a teaching degree. So I was around musical instruments my entire life. My dad played several. In high school, I played drums. I played bass in the pop group in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I played guitar. We had a banjo in the house, and I used to play a little bit of flute. I played everything kind of, half-assed. Old, you know what I mean? I'm not, but I guess if it was, I played some keyboards too, but I guess I would say, for me, any, side instrument was I played acoustic guitar so I could accompany myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, music was really, like I said, both of my parents, they met in college and they used to play in a band together when I think I was before I was born maybe, but
so
cool. That's my background. I was, big influence from my parents.
That's good. Always good to have that support. And what about you, Chris?
Mine's a little more dysfunctional.
No.
So, I started, by accident, I played the violin. I was in a magnet program in school when I was in elementary school. And we were playing music and doing a lot of the arts as well, painting and sketching and stenciling and stuff like that. So we had a very, very big art program. Because I grew up in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of magnet schools there. So there was a little confusion as far as where I was supposed to be, whether I was supposed to be in music or whether I was supposed to be in art. So I actually started out in art, then ventured into the violin at a really early age, 7, 8 years old. Then from the violin, I actually didn't play any music at all after that, probably for a long time. Right? I'd say at least, 7 years. And 14, 15 years old, my father played guitar, and all these years we were moving around. I'm sleeping on top of this guitar because it's under my bed and I don't even know it. And one day I pull it out to clean my room, and I look at this thing, and the old strings are on it, and it's an old Gretsch, 66 Gretsch, Monkeys rock and roll model, and I pull it out, and I decide I'm going to play this guitar, and I'm pretty much self-taught, so I started playing it, and that's pretty much where it happened for me. And my father, just kind of, he didn't really care because he wasn't using it anymore. He hardly ever played it. In fact, I think the last time he had played it was probably in '84, and I was picking it up sometime around '92, '93, somewhere right in there. So when I started first picking it up, and so that was actually technically my first guitar, and they never even paid much attention to what I was doing. And my mom has no music. My mom has no musical a background at all. She doesn't even understand the first thing about it. It just makes noise to her. That's all that is. So there's always a little bit of conflict in the house because even playing it unplugged, the clinking sound of the strings is drive her nuts. So even to this day, to this day, my father was in a cover band many, many years ago with my uncle, and my father's side of the family a lot more musical than my mother's side. And so, even to this day, they still don't understand, the how do you say, the curse of the guitar player. So I'm still kind of, involved heavily. So, but yeah, to this day, it's still a little more dysfunctional than I'm not even really kind of digging deep as far as how bad it could be. But yeah, there's definitely a disconnect there between them and me when it comes to the music thing. But that's pretty much the story how I got started. I'm almost 95% self-taught. So.
Oh, that's good.
Well, good and bad.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But I own up to all my bad habits, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's all my fault.
I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. So you recorded this album in over the internet? Did you just send each other different parts? The drummer sends the drum parts, and the bass player does the bass, and then you throw in your guitars. How does that all work out? I know I do it myself with a friend, but with actual more than two members, it's probably more difficult.
All right, so I guess I'll give you a little bit of insight on that. So. It was a lot of like back and forth as far as sending files here and there. But again, and I give all this credit to the band themselves, and I mean by that Gaetano and Jimmy and Mike and Phyllis kind of she already had her vision. We already knew what she was going to do, and it was going to be great. So that we already knew. But she didn't really know what they were going to do, and I guess I should shed a little history on this too, and you didn't in the beginning, right, Phyllis? I mean, you really kind of didn't know until you heard it. But these guys, with the exception of Michael Pond, Jimmy and Gaetano are longtime friends of mine. They're actually in my part of my solo records, and I've been using them for I don't know, I'd say 7 years now, something like that. So. I have a history with those guys, so I have a chemistry with them. So I kind of know what to expect when I send them something and I tell them what we're doing. And they already kind of know what to do. And so a couple songs, we started out with those, and Rich, how do you pronounce the last name?
Listen.
Yeah, okay. So he has co-written some songs with, I'm sorry, Rich. If you're listening, I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names. So he co-wrote some songs, and we had some demos, and so we had some references, so she kind of knew what was going to happen. And then what we did was we did some arranging. We changed some things up. But like I said, the guys are great. They knew how to play the parts and knew what to do immediately when they heard the rough track. So I cut a guitar track. I sent it over to the drummer. Of course, Phyllis would get the rough of the guitar to hear what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And then the drummer would send back a file, and then we go, okay, and then we would build from the drums again. And then I'd start layering the guitars. And then we'd send it out to the keyboard player. Jimmy would do his counter melodies and add all of his candy parts that he does. And by the way, they practically make the song all of a sudden that Jimmy does.
Yeah.
And then we get the bass, and then we got the bass put on there, and then Phyllis would go into the studio, and then she would do her magic. And that was kind of how
I gotta say, every time I heard a track, I would just laugh because it was like more than I had ever imagined. When you're hearing your song building, I mean, I just would go, what the heck? This is crazy, The Tano would do some crazy, amazing, and like the guitars and it was just coming together. I would just holy moly, it's unbelievable, the musicianship. And then, hallelujah.
Yeah, so I'm the prima donna though. So after the vocals are done, then I go back and I put the lead guitar on. I don't know. And the reason why I do it that way too, just so everybody kind of knows how the process works, it's because sometimes even though I have an idea what she's going to sing,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, I like to have the guitar complement what she's doing.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
she may change a counter melody, or she may do something a little different, and I want to make sure that I'm complimenting whatever the melody of the song is. So for me, the song is the most important thing. I know I'm probably going to get killed for saying that. As guitar players, most guitar players will shoot me. No, the solo. Yes, I know. But the perspective that I took when we were doing this is to make sure that I was complimenting what we were doing vocally and song-wise. So that was the most important part about what we were doing. And it was always about, again, the music. So.
We should add, Chris, that you and I wrote 3 songs as well. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was just giving a basic idea. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just to say, I worked with.
Yeah.
So I worked with 2 writers. So it was great.
We had Rich, and then we had some other songs that I wrote with Phyllis also. As well. So. And it was kind of the same process. The only difference was that because the demos were done with Rich and she already had an idea of how the parts were going to go, when working with me, I would have to do things in a very generic form, 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars. And we would talk over the phone like, okay, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, let's arrange it here.
Yeah.
Can I put the chorus, have another this or that? Can you make that? Yeah, we kind of talked about on the phone or Facebook messaging.
If it was too long or this part was too short, whatever the case would be. And we would edit the parts, and then once we got the basic structure down, then with the drum machine behind it, we take the drum machine off, and then we start the process.
Send it to guitar to do the drums. It was really cool.
It sounds like fun, but a lot of work.
It is, but
it's good work.
Yeah, it is, and it's really you think it is. It goes pretty good once you kind of especially if you have a chemistry going, and that's what I was saying earlier about the guys. Everybody's so diverse, and I have a history with these guys, so the chemistry is it's easy. Actually, it's not hard to put the songs together because they understand what we're doing. So they, once when I set out for the drums, when you get the drums back, you're like, you don't have to tell them to play anything over again because it's exactly what you wanted. He already knows, and that's the magic of having. And I say this, and I know other bands are going to agree with me. When you have a band that everybody's on the same level, on the same page, everybody knows what to do, and no one's stepping on each other's toes. Everybody's got the same goal. So, and that's what we have. We're very lucky.
That's good. That's good thing to have. And who writes the lyrics to the songs? Is that you, Phyllis, or is it more a group effort?
Pretty much, I wrote all the lyrics except for the song "Cleansing." Rich wrote the lyrics to that whole song, and he did help on pretty much a couple other songs too.
Okay.
Rich would come up with a lot of it. He playing the guitar. He'd come up with a riff for me to sing to, that kind of a thing. But he did help with some lyrics too. And the ones that me and Chris wrote, I wrote all the lyrics too.
Okay.
Yep.
And came with the melody line. So.
And what are I kind of asked this for myself. I'm trying to do some serious songs where I'm trying to do some serious singing, quote unquote, and I realized how bad of a singer I am. Any suggestions to a new singer about how to begin? Like where do you go? My mother used to sing opera, and around the house we would always hear all day long.
Yeah.
And I guess just doing vocal scales helps, I guess. So I don't know anything about singing, so
if you can get with a vocal coach, that'll help.
Yeah.
There's things on YouTube that you can, work with. Mm-hmm. I had some lessons when I was in high school, but a lot of help for me is because I've done both worlds. I've done the original thing and I've done cover bands too. Mm-hmm. So in some cover bands, I was fortunate to work with other female vocalists. It's great to steal all their crap too. So you get influences from everybody, and I mean it's a lot different to me. Singing in the studio is way harder than singing live.
Yeah.
Because in a live situation, I don't, and there again, singing live is it's different. Singing with just me and a guitar, like my acoustic, and singing with 5 other people in a band, 4 or 5 people live, and you've got monitor mixes and how to get through a night without, of course, when you're doing a cover band, it's usually a lot more sets to play, and how to pace yourself through a whole night without blowing your voice out. But like I said, basically, if it helps with having some technique with people who've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, so it's
learn that way.
Singing.
I have a little to add to that too.
Okay.
Actually, so it's, I'm not an accomplished singer, so but I do know that you need to move air for sure.
Yeah.
You don't need to sing with your throat. You need to sing with your
oh yeah.
Your diaphragm.
Yeah.
The
diaphragm.
Yeah, exactly. and she's right about really finding. There's a couple guys on YouTube. I mean, you could go really pro if you wanted to. You could go sit down with Mark Blakk here. He's a great vocal instructor. And he could actually get you. He'll do a personalized video for you and everything if you wanted to go that route. But the biggest thing is that you need to find someone who can sit down with you in the beginning, just so that you can build up your voice, so you're not blowing yourself out. Even though maybe you can carry a tune as you are now. I'm not sure. And I'm just talking generally speaking. But you want to definitely find someone who can help you build your voice so that you can have the stamina, obviously, to be able to get through your entire song without being winded, and knowing when to take breaths and this kind of thing. So
Well, they also help you with tone placement, because
exactly.
you got to be able to hear a note and put your voice where the note is. I mean, any kind of working with anybody is going to help you get better.
Yeah.
Obviously with anything, the more you do it, the better you get. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully.
That helps.
Well, you can give them a couple of lessons,
Well, there you go.
What?
What?
What I want to do is I want to get certified. And I had funny, Chris, I talked to a guy in Texas that can certify me in 9 lessons.
There you go.
You're already certified.
Well, that's true, but I guess it's really, to me, being a vocal coach is I know how to do it, but how to explain to somebody how to do it is, to me, the trick.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a guinea pig.
Well, hey, there's one right here. Here you go.
There you
go. There you go.
There are those. Hey, remember, fellas, there are those who play, and there are those who teach.
There you go. So
I would like to do both.
Yeah.
You could. You're good enough. You're definitely good enough. No problem.
Yeah. So where can people go to find out about you? Give me your. I know them, but give us your website, your Facebook, any other pertinent information you want people to know about.
We have a website, which is www.eynomiaband.com. We're on Twitter, which is Eynomia Band. I don't have an Instagram that's just Eynomia. I have an Instagram. I can't talk. I have an Instagram that's me.
Yeah.
Posting Eynomia stuff. I need to get our own Instagram, and I'll work on that. And then we have a Reverb Nation. You just search Eynomia. And then we have a Facebook page, which is probably, www.facebook.com/Eynomia Band, I think.
Eynomia Band, yep.
Search Eynomia, you'll find it. So I think that's why I got all the social networks covered.
There's a ton of them out there.
Hey, you got to take whatever you can get.
You can.
It all helps.
Yeah, you can tell if it's an old band. They mention their MySpace page.
Yeah.
Well, Eynomia doesn't have one of those. I don't think I'd.
Well, we need one.
Yeah.
We don't really know it now. I know.
Yeah.
We need one.
I
We
know
have
if anybody,
to
does
collect them
anybody
all.
go to my things anymore?
I don't know.
I'm just laughing because
I haven't been in mine in years. I don't even know my password.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
mean, Facebook. To me, Facebook is really works the best.
I
Yeah.
say that because I say there's it's so ludicrous. There's so many social media pages. And then might as well go get a MySpace one and collect them all.
Yeah.
However, Twitter is really great because whenever you tweet, everybody sees it. And I think that's the same with Instagram or Facebook. You only get a percentage of people who actually see your post.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely not cool. Yeah, definitely not cool with Facebook. They definitely limit the amount of viewing.
But they don't understand that because you know why?
Yeah, it's
they
annoying.
got a big server, And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is people pay for ads and they make their money off of advertising. Why not let everybody see what we're doing? They can add to it.
Yeah.
Well, they want to make their money off the boosting of the posts and all that jive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there was nice though, actually when we got the announcement, Chris, I didn't tell you this.
Yeah.
We got the announcement that in June, June 7th, that we were signed with Pure Ledger Records.
Mm-hmm.
They offered me $10 free posting. Isn't that?
Oh wow!
$10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy cow!
And you know what? We got probably 300 likes after that. So
hopefully there's 300 happy people.
Even though you're paying for booze, they still have to click. You're paying.
Yeah.
But are they real clicks?
Well, I think so. I mean, I was hoping that people wouldn't be stuck with the page they're not interested in, and that I wouldn't want to do that to somebody. Have people stop. You better like us if you like us. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. So, unfortunately, I have to wrap it up. I feel we could talk for hours here. It's been very. All my interviews are comfortable. I haven't had an uncomfortable interview yet, thank goodness. But what do you guys want to do for the future, and any other final words to people out there that are listening?
Go ahead, Chris.
We're going to definitely do another record. I guarantee that.
Yep.
There's always two. When there's one, there's always two, no matter what.
Yep.
So we're doing another record. Like to do some shows, right, Philip? Like to do some shows.
I'm hoping to. That's the idea. Right, that's what I want to do. That's the plan.
Tell your friends about us. Tell everyone.
Buy the album. Support.
Yeah. Download it, buy it, play it.
That's right.
Share it. I want you to tell people, for the festivals, if you're on their pages, tell them you want Eynomia, tell them you want us.
That's right.
Definitely.
I'd really like to play Bucket Fest.
Yes. We'd like to, I wouldn't mind to be at Keep It True next year. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
Or Rockingham or Rocklahoma, any one of those festivals.
Rocklahoma, that's a good one.
Any one of those, we're totally interested in working, working that, and we'd like to be picked up. We'll pick up a tour with somebody if it makes sense. Definitely. And all other thing I want to say is get the music and turn it up loud because it's meant to be listened to really loud.
Yes, definitely. I've heard the album. I like it. So, and I'm not just saying that. I like it, and I've been playing it every week, and I'll keep playing it. Any band that does interviews.
I know you played Let It Go. Didn't you play Let It Go?
I did.
Thursday? I was listening. Yes, that's cool.
Because, my daughter used to be a fan of the movie Frozen. I thought, oh no, I hope it's not the Let It Go Frozen song.
No. That song was actually written before that movie. That song was written. It never got recorded.
There's thank God we didn't record the Frozen song. Big legal
Hey, what
dispute with that song.
let's make a metal version of it. Why not?
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. I'm just saying there's a big lawsuit going on right now with that song. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, Disney didn't like the
Well, Disney's being sued by a Latin artist that claims that I can't believe you got sidetracked on this. He claims that the melody and the likeness of the music itself is exact.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to look that up when I'm bored.
It came across. A friend of mine is involved in some of that Disney stuff, and like this and whatnot. So they actually shared it with me, and I was like, "Oh, that's really bad." So, but anyway.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So turn
All
it
right.
loud. Turn it up
Thank
loud.
you.
Turn it up loud.
Okay, and thanks for the interview, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys.
It was fun.
Okay, great.
We appreciate it.
All right.
We'll catch you later.
Okay,